Hi, I'm Louise Pichel and I'm the Archivist Digital Lead at Museum of Freemasonry. We're based in Freemasons Hall, Covent Garden in London. It's a beautiful Art Deco building in its own right. And our collections include objects, books and archives on all aspects of Freemasonry from all over the world over the last 300 years. Our purpose is to help people to learn about Freemasonry through our collections. And we do this through a varied public programme, including exhibitions, both guided and curator-led tours, talks and workshops. I'm here to talk through the process of how we used the Digital Culture Compass to help us to understand how we could use digital to improve how we do what we do. I'll then highlight some specific areas where we have developed our digital offering since completing the compass. So the first question is, why did we complete the Digital Culture Compass? Well, Museum of Freemasonry has recently developed a digital strategy. Pre-COVID, we'd been working quite hard on getting people through the doors to look at the collections on site, but we realised that there was more we could have been doing to serve our online audiences and enhance our on-site offering using digital. As part of this strategy work, we needed to get a handle on the current state of our digital activities. We dipped our toes in with a few specific projects over the years, interactives in a redesigned gallery, rolling out audio guides, that sort of thing. But these were very much one-time projects rather than a long-term commitment to digital. Fast forward several years and a complete rebrand, including a new website and an embedded brand identity, has propelled us into the 21st century. As a result, we'd already started doing a couple of key things radically differently, and by that I mean digitally, most noticeably in our marketing and communications work. But there are many other areas where we either didn't use digital at all or could have been using it more effectively. We needed some sort of written evidence of where we were to use as a baseline for planning where we wanted to go next, which would come in handy for our digital strategy and action plan. The Digital Culture Compass looked like the sort of tool we needed to work out where we were and to give us an idea of how we might improve. So the next question is how we did it. Ideally, we would have had on-site workshops with all members of staff with copious amounts of post-its and biscuits for bribery, where we all worked through the compass questions and scoring in a controlled and methodical way, but COVID had other ideas. In the end, I arranged 2 video meetings inviting particular colleagues based on the specific sections we were looking to cover in each meeting. The idea was that we worked through the various sections of the tracker using the downloadable spreadsheet, comparing notes on how we thought we scored on each section. I chose to inflict the spreadsheet on the team, but with hindsight, it may have been better to work through the questions using the online tracker itself, as it's a good deal less intimidating. We occasionally struggled to understand some of the examples given, but things got easier once we made an effort to apply them to our particular context as a museum. The maturity levels also prompted some discussion as well. Different people had different ideas about what the different levels meant. Transformative was particularly interesting as it could be defined as transformative to the sector as well as transformative to the organisation, i.e. a complete step change from where we'd been before, rather than scoring against whether it was transformative to the wider museum sector, which is less relevant to a small museum like us. Once we'd completed the spreadsheet as far as we wanted to, including both current and target scoring, I plugged the numbers into the online tracker and generated a report showing where our gaps were. These gaps provided a starting point for targeting our digital strategy towards areas where we could make the most improvement. This presentation has provided me with a good opportunity to review where we are now. So what exactly have we been working on since we completed the tracker? Well, quite a lot, as it turns out. There's a real mixture of stuff in there, covering a fair few aspects of the sections, so I won't be able to cover them all, but I can touch on a few of the main ones. First, like many museums, we rather swiftly developed a series of online talks using Zoom webinar as a platform. These proved to be very successful, with the first series pulling in nearly 600 attendees over 13 events, which was a 50% increase on our 2019 figures. We also recorded and subtitled these, making them accessible after the events on our YouTube channel. As well as webinar recordings, staff have also contributed small 2 minutes collections favourites videos, highlighting their particularly favourite items in the collection. which went onto our website as well as our YouTube channel. We also began to explore the possibility of an online exhibition platform, and we now have a partnership with Google Arts and Culture, allowing us to showcase our collections to an entirely new audience who may or may not otherwise have come across us. This is still in its early stages, but we're working to promote this on our website in addition to on Google, where we're aiming to incorporate a Google Arts and Culture element into all our future exhibitions. Linked to this, we're also writing a digitisation policy and strategy to ensure we have high quality, well-described images of our collection for use on these platforms and elsewhere. Not everything has involved large-scale projects, though. We've also completed a digital skills audit for all staff, highlighting where training needs are. And I'm working on a program of bite-sized training on things like image management and digital preservation in order to build confidence. We're also making better use of reports and data. Our wonderful front of house team provide regular reports of visitor numbers and feedback, and our marketing and comms manager provides a monthly digital marketing report for staff to see how digital content they have helped generate is being received. So that's a quick rundown of what we did and where we are now. To finish, I'll briefly summarize some top tips and things I've learned on the way. First top tip is to involve everyone. It really helped getting feedback from everyone in the team when completing the compass, even in areas where they thought they had nothing to add. It helped to build a full picture of everyone's roles and how they all fit together. Listen to everybody. It sounds really obvious, but don't assume you know everything about everyone's job. Ask lots of follow-up questions if you can. This helps people to realise that they're probably doing more in terms of digital stuff than they think they are. Keep your particular context in mind. That this takes a bit of effort, but keep your particular organisation and context in mind as you develop your digital activities. Not all types of activities work in all contexts, and digital is not always the answer. Keep your organisation and your audiences in mind at all times, and you won't go far wrong. Keep talking. If you're working on something digital, talk about it with your colleagues. Ask for their input, involve them in the process, and tell them how it went afterwards. The more people know about digital developments, the more you can develop digital confidence and try new things. Review your progress. So don't just do the compass and walk away. It needs to be part of a wider commitment to integrating digital into your organisation, and you need to review and evaluate progress on the tracker on an ongoing basis. And finally, it's worth remembering that digital is hard work. I don't want to put you off, but it's important to remember this. Make sure that you have the resources available to develop digital within your organisation. It's not a silver bullet that will solve all of your problems, but properly resourced, it has the ability to enhance all aspects of the work that you do. I think that covers everything, and I hope that's been useful, but please do feel free to contact me if you have any questions, and thank you very much for listening.